Oh, the donuts round and sweet, you know it's true.
On this National Donut Day, we raise a sugar-dusted toast to the heroes of the fryer and the legacy of local legends who helped make Dover a delicious dot on the donut map. Born out of the Salvation Army's World War I efforts, National Donut Day honors the donut lassies who fried treats for soldiers in war zones. And while President Hoover once tried unsuccessfully to boot donuts from military rations, Americans, and especially New Englanders, weren't about to give them up. Nowhere is that more true than New Hampshire, which ranks among the highest in the country for donut shops per capita. And in Dover, few names evoke more powdered sugar nostalgia than McShera's. Founded in 1932 by Patrick J. McShera in the basement of his home on 4th Street, McShera's Doughnuts was a strictly wholesale operation that developed a loyal following. Patrons still remember walking into the cellar to buy a warm box of 6, plain, chocolate, or cinnamon, and inhaling the sweet scent that lingered all the way down the street. Patrick passed the torch to longtime employee Paul Michaud in 1972, who moved the operation to his home on Portland Avenue and ran it with his wife Judy. Using a manual donut press, Paul could crank out 5 dozen donuts in just 30 seconds, while Judy boxed them in wax paper for delivery around the seacoast. The recipe remained a closely guarded secret. "We make his Irish donuts with a French accent," Paul once said. Though the McShera-Michaud donut dynasty has long since faded, their memory lives on in local lore, and in the occasional revival, such as Benedict's Grill in Rochester, which used the recipe before closing in 2020. Of course, McShera's wasn't the only game in town. Young's Donuts on Central Avenue tempted residents with honey dips for 59 cents a dozen, while Charlie's Restaurant on Washington Street was slinging homemade donuts, muffins, and hot coffee at 4 a.m., complete with a senior discount. And of course, who can forget Harvey's Bakery, which boasted some of Dover's best donuts over the years, and perhaps the widest selection. Sadly, Harvey's closed earlier this year, but times change. Today, like many communities, Dover is dominated by Dunkin'. The chain's rise hasn't been without drama. In 1994, a Somersworth woman learning to drive crashed through the front window of the Central Avenue Dunkin', giving them a new drive-through, the hard way. That same year, store managers found themselves in hot oil over the use of hidden microphones placed in front of the counter, a precursor to today's ubiquitous surveillance, but back then, a full-blown privacy controversy. While managers insisted the devices were for security, civil liberties advocates argued they crossed a line. The donut chain, it seemed, was listening to its customers in more ways than one. Still, whether you grew up sprinting into McShera's basement for a fresh dozen or grabbing a modern-day coffee and cruller combo on your commute, donuts remain a piece of Dover's culinary soul. So today, on this most sacred of pastry holidays, treat yourself. Just maybe peek around for hidden microphones first.